Hello and welcome to Job Carr Cabin Museum. Today we're talking all about log cabins. So Job Carr built his log cabin about 150 years ago. And as you look around the museum, you might notice that everything in here, from the floor to the ceiling, is made from wood and lumber. Even most of the furniture is made out of wood. Now, many of our houses today are also constructed from wood, but we often cover up the wood with things like drywall and plaster, carpet, paint, and wallpaper, so we don't really see all of the wood that's hiding underneath. Now, it took Job Carr about 9 months to build his cabin in 1865. He didn't have any power tools or chainsaws, however, to help him construct the building. So the kinds of tools that he might have used may have looked sort of like this: axes, hammers, planers, and saws. Now, a lot of kids who visit the cabin want to know, is this Job Carr's real house? I have to tell you that this is not Job Carr's original cabin. The museum is made to look just like Job Carr's house. It's the same size and style as his home, but it's not the same structure that Job lived in 150 years ago. So, what happened to Job Carr's original cabin? Well, Job Carr lived in it for a few years, and then his son Howard got married, and so Job decided to move into a new house and give the cabin to the newlyweds. They lived in it for a few years, but their family started to grow, and so pretty soon they needed a bigger house too. So by 1900, no one was living in the cabin anymore, and the city decided to move it up to Point Defiance Park as a tourist attraction. And lots of people went to visit it, but slowly they started to forget about it. And eventually the wood started to rot, and the building started to kind of fall apart. So by 1988, it had to be deconstructed because it was no longer a safe structure. But a few years later, two local businesswomen here in Old Town Tacoma decided that it was important that we remember Job Carr's legacy and why he's important here in Tacoma. And so they had a vision to create the Job Carr Cabin Museum to help us remember our history and to help kids learn about what it was like to live in the past when Tacoma was first getting started. So with the help of the Tacoma community and some of Job Carr's descendants, they worked really hard to turn their vision into a reality. And in the year 2000, the new cabin museum was constructed in Tacoma's Old Town Park. We're about 2 blocks away from the site where Job Carr's original cabin stood, which was much closer to the waterfront. But we get to be here in the park with the playground and the coffee shop. So these days, no one lives in the cabin, but it helps us to learn about how people lived in the past. So next time you visit the cabin, I encourage you to think about how this home is in some ways the same as your house, and in some ways how it's very different.